Hello, everybody, and welcome to your first full body workout of your IVF egg freezing program. This is for week 1 of the program, so it is designed to be done a little bit earlier towards the beginning of when you get your shots. However, if you're already starting to feel a little bit bloated, it should be appropriate for that too. We're trying to keep everything kind of tame, but still get that heart rate up, get a little bit of sculpting in. So hopefully today feels good, but as always, listen to your body, modify as needed. And all you're going to need today is one mat and a light set of weights. So I'm using 2-pound weights. You could use 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound. There are even some movements where you might feel good throwing in a 5 pound. Totally, again, up to your body and what you need today. Last thing I'm going to recommend is pulling up the playlist. I always think it's great to add that playlist in, give yourself a little extra boost of energy. You'll see the link below. You're just going to open that up either in another tab or in your Spotify app or even on another device if you're on your phone. And I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, go to set that up and hit play. So pause if you need any more time to get yourself ready. Mat, weights, playlist, and we'll begin. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Hopefully music's playing. It's okay if it's not perfect. Just giving you a little bit of background inspiration. We're going to start by just closing those eyes, dropping into the body, taking a nice big deep breath. You can think of filling up your ribs, filling up your belly, releasing the pelvic floor with your inhale. And on the exhale, just gently return to neutral. One more on the inhale, expand as much as you can. Fill the ribs, fill the belly, release pelvic floor. On the exhale, let it all go through the mouth. Let any of that extra tension go. Shake it out. Opening those eyes, we're going to start with little shoulder rolls. Gently lift the shoulders up and back. Rolling it down the back. Today's also about releasing tension and relieving stress, right? I'm sure you have a lot on your mind at this point, so let's just take 30 minutes to drop into the body and give back to ourselves a bit. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale around the spine, chin to chest. 2 more here. Think about how good it feels to move and just relax, knowing that everything we're doing today is safe and appropriate for what you're going through. Take a little head roll, side, forward, side, and back. When you get back to the front, reverse the circle. Other way. Nice. Back to the center here. We're going to take a nice big inhale up. This time we're going to stretch over the legs. You can either just take a flat back, or if that feels good, you can come all the way down. Gently bend the knees and lengthen, stretching back of the legs. Couple more. Gently bend the knees and lengthen. Last one. Good. For this next one, you can actually bring those hands up to the thighs. Give yourself a little more space. We're going to bend right leg and left leg. You can even point those toes out to the side, giving yourself a little bit more space. So like I said, if you're in that first week, you may or may not be feeling bloated yet, but depending where you're getting those shots, you could have a little bit of discomfort. So pay attention to how the body feels, and if this movement is feeling good, keep it up. And remember, rolling back up, you can always pull back as needed if something's not feeling amazing. Little circle of the hips. Generally, with the soreness we see from the shots, it tends to feel a little bit better to move and use those muscles, whether you're getting them in the glutes or in the abdomen. Just bringing a little bit of activity to those muscles will help things move along. Good. All right, we're going to take some simple squats to warm it up. Inhale down, exhale up. So what we're going to do today is a little circuit. So we're going to build a circuit starting standing just to get the blood flowing. And then we're going to come down to the mat for our second 2 movements of the circuit. 4 movement total, and we'll go through it twice. Inhale down, exhale up. You're going to take 2 more. And then on our last one, we're going to hold and pulse, stay low. Hips behind you, start to think of a little lift through that core, weight in the heels. Nice. Good, and we're going to get ready to grab those weights, and I'm going to count us through the circuit, so I'll let you know when it's time to start movement, stop movement, take a breath, rest, take a breath. Good. All right, and rest. Nice. Okay, we're going to grab those weights. I have 2s, whatever feels appropriate for you. All right, first movement of the circuit, taking both weights. You're going to inhale into the squat, lower and reach towards the floor. Exhale, reach up overhead, slight rise to the toes if that feels good. Inhale down, exhale up. Perfect. Inhale down, exhale up. You got it, guys. Start to connect to that breathing. Every time I say inhale, exhale, see if you can find that in your body. Breath is so powerful as a tool for regulating our nervous system, which is exactly what we need right now. So keep thinking about it. Inhale down, exhale up. Give me 2 more. 2. Nice. Last one. Good. That's movement 1. Nice and simple. Rest. Good. Now we know that first movement. Take a second to breathe. Make sure you have some room to step backwards for the second movement. We're going to go for alternating reverse lunges. You're going to step back to the lunge, step together, press the weights up. Back to the lunge and together. So we're alternating legs here. Step back with one foot, bring it in, and then you'll step back with the other foot. Think about that breath again. I recommend inhaling as you lower and exhaling as you press up. Inhale down, exhale, press up. A few more here, guys. Just starting to feel heart rate maybe getting up a little, blood maybe pumping a little. Really good for us. We're taking our time to get warm before we do anything else. Last one here. And we're gonna rest. Good. Next 2, we are coming to the mat. Take a second to set that up, drop the weights. Transition as carefully as you need. We're just doing simple kneeling push-ups for our first round here. Hands will be under the shoulders, knees back, hips will be nice and long, so we're not creased at the hips. We have a long spine here. Small push-up. No pressure to do this off the knees. Feel free to take the knee variation. It's kind of the next couple weeks of this program, it's really about meeting yourself where you're at and giving yourself movement that feels supportive. You don't need to be crushing any records for yourself fitness-wise in these couple weeks, but it is so helpful and great for you to keep moving. So that's all we're trying to do here. Good. Last couple. Last 2. And last one here, rest. Nice. Last one we're going to do is a side plank, modified side plank if you want. And we're going to do one side now, other side when we come back to it, second round. Bottom leg's going to be bent, top leg's going to be straight, and you're going to bring that elbow under you, lift those hips, take a little pulse from the bottom, activating that bottom oblique. So this is a modified version that I'm showing, totally acceptable if that feels good. If you want more, you could straighten both legs and go for that pulse. We're just staying here a few more seconds. Deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can rest. Nice. That's round 1. We're going to pop up and do that all one more time. Like I said, take your time with these transitions. Do what you need. Take sips of water as you need. Grab those weights again. We're going to take it back to the squat. Inhale down. Exhale up. Press weights overhead. Inhale low. Exhale up. Now that you know the movements, if you're craving a little bit more cardio, getting that heart rate up, you can go for a little quicker pace with this. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing. Continue with that movement. Connect it with the breath. Give me 2 more here. 2. Last one. Nice. Rest for a second. Breathe. Good, guys. Feeling good so far, hopefully. Going for those reverse lunges, alternating the leg that steps back. Pressing up as you step together. Inhale, take it low. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, low. Exhale, press it up. To your tolerance. So the hardest version is when you get that back knee nice and low, like I'm doing. Back knee almost touches the ground. But if that's not feeling doable, totally fine. You can always keep it a little more shallow and just focus on the breathing and the coordination of the movement. Deep breaths. Just connecting our brain to our muscles, coordinating all of our body parts at once here is challenging, but it's really good, again, for the nervous system. So just bring your attention to you. Nothing else. Whew. Give me 2 more here, guys, finishing this off. Last 2. Last one here. Let those weights rest for now. Beautiful. Coming down to the mat for our final 2. So bring it down. And we're going to take those push-ups on the knees. Upper back is going to be forward, long spine. Make sure you have space for the pelvis, space for those hips, especially if you're starting to feel bloated. We're trying not to crowd the uterus, the ovaries, any area where you might be feeling bloating. And like I said, this is week 1. You may have just started the shots. But if you happen to be doing this at a later point and you are feeling swollen, even more reason to take everything nice and slow. and just keep yourself from feeling crowded. So that's what we're going to work on in next week's workout, but it's good to start thinking of now. Couple more here. 2 and 1. Amazing. Remember what side you did for your side plank before. We're going to hit the other arm, and then we'll come back up. This is the end of our circuit, so hopefully feeling a little warmer. Elbow underneath you, top leg extended, bottom leg bent, little pulses up. Up, you got it, guys. I'm starting to feel warmer. Hopefully you are too. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breaths, you got it, guys. Keep it up. Lift, lift. We got this. Up, up. Good. You have 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Amazing. We're going to keep moving, connecting everything today. We're going to stand up slowly, take your time, grab those 2-pound weights again or whatever light weights you have, and we're just going to keep going with the upper body here. Palms are going to be up. You're going to take a little reach out and in. No rush. Take your time joining me. But when you're ready, we're all meeting here standing. Little reaches out. One thing I like to work on too is kind of talking to my nervous system, talking to my body. So even as I feel my heart rate going up, myself getting a little shorter of breath, I tell myself, you're safe, you're fine, this is good, this is healthy. And it helps you train in a way that doesn't elevate those stress hormones, but you feel like it's at a manageable rate. That makes sense. Palms are going to stay up, long arms, little lift, up, up. You got it, guys. Little bend in those knees, keeping upper back forward. Good. We're going to carve a little semicircle, over, under, over, under. I want this to come from the back of the shoulders. So underneath those scapulas where you should feel this. Over, under. You got it. Couple more. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Little quicker. We're going to go over, under. Woo, hope you're playing that playlist because it really helps. Makes a difference. If you're not, once you finish this song, I recommend pulling it up. You'll go right to How Will I Know. You're going to feel so much better. I need that music personally. 4, 3. We're going to take a little goalpost pulse to finish. Pulse. I think during this process, wherever you are, whether you're freezing your eggs, whether you've been doing IVF for a while, it's so important to find things that make you feel good. Not to sound patronizing, just, it is so impactful. Rest the arms, how much things like music and movement can really help you feel better. All right, guys, we're going right into some lower body. 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. You can drop the weights. You're going to go straight down here, little pulse. So we're going for that lunge we found in our warm-up. We're going to hold here and go for that pulse. Nice and simple again. Our idea here is keeping space for the belly, the uterus, the ovaries. Nothing feels crowded, so you don't need to hinge forward, lunge really low. Keep yourself nice and high. And then from here, we're going to take our body weight over the front leg. Shift over the front leg. Bend back. Exactly over that front leg. Bend it back, controlling that movement, gliding yourself forward and back, trying not to stand up, but trying to stay low. We're going to go for 4 more. 4, and in. You got it. 3 more. Over front leg. 2 more here. Beautiful. 2. Last one here. We're going to come back, and we're just going to add a simple challenge. Looks like nothing, but you'll feel it. Arms are going to reach up overhead as we pulse. Again, it seems like a simple change, but it's going to help get our blood flowing even more. Make us work a little harder. 8, 7, 6. And then we're going to just go back to that glide, but our arms are going to stay overhead. You're going to pitch yourself forward, arms over. Bend it back, nice and challenging, over. This slow, controlled movement is challenging for sure. It's a good test for us. We have 4 to finish here, and then we're going right to the other side. You got it. 4, and back. 3, back. 2 more here. You have 2. And we take our last one, over and back, rest. Right away to the other side though. Try not to lose time. 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. And we're going to pulse it straight down, 2 90-degree angles with those legs. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Staying long through the spine. 8 more here. 8. Remember what we talked about. Have a conversation with your nervous system. The breath will bring you back. Glide it forward. Over and back. Over, back. Good, everybody. Dropping into those legs. Dropping into that work. Over, back. We have 4 more there. 4, back. 3. Nice and low with the back knee if you can. 2. Whew, here comes your last one. You're going to reach those arms up. Go for the pulses again. Straight down. Here we go. Dance it out if you need to. Deep breaths. Going for 8 more here. Let the legs absorb the work. Relax what doesn't need to be working. Upper body will pitch forward over the front leg. Here we go. Exhale. Over the front leg. Bend it back. Over the front leg. Bend it back. Whew. Keep the breath going. It's going to support you as we finish. Last 4 and you're done. 4. And back. 3. Last 2 here. And after this, the good news is we're coming straight down to the ground. Whew. And we're going to rest. Nice, everybody. Grab a sip of water if you need. We're going to come right down to the mat now. And we're going to stay on the mat for the rest. That's the good news. We're going to do just a little bit of kneeling, breathing, mobility, and upper back. So when you're ready, come down. Keep those 2-pound weights near you as well. We'll start with just a simple cat-cow. Arch and inhale, sit bones widen. Exhale, tailbone down. Pay attention to how that pelvis feels. Bringing some mobility and some love to that pelvis with the cat-cows here. 2 more simple. Arch and inhale. Exhale, round. Last one here. Arch and inhale. Exhale, round. Finding a nice neutral spine again, so make sure sit bones are pointing straight back. Scapula push-ups. You're going to squeeze, open, together, open. So what you're doing here is pinching right between the scapula in that upper back area. So if you imagine you have like a racer back bra on, it's like you're squeezing that bra strap right down the middle. Arms are not bending. Back is not arching and curving. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take one of your weights. I recommend starting with 1 no matter how heavy they are, and then you can always add if you need. We're going to do a simple side raise. So you're going to exhale, raise side, squeeze back a shoulder. Inhale, lower. Either stick with the light weight, or if you feel like you need more, you could double up and put both weights in one hand. All right, whatever feels good. I like to lift myself out of the ground here a little sometimes. Give me 2 and 1. We're going to add on. So you're going to take the opposite leg. Whatever arm is going side, opposite leg is going to extend back just to the toes and lower. So you're keeping toes on the ground and extend and lower. The challenge here is keeping yourself nice and centered. Imagine you're balancing a teacup on the back of the pelvis and you don't want it to spill. You try not to rock the boat whatsoever. Last 2 here. 2, lower, and last one, and rest. Just a little pinch of core there, right? So it doesn't have to be crunches, it doesn't have to be leg lifts, but we get to engage that deep core in a safe way. Back to our single weight on the other arm. Simple side raise. Exhale and inhale. Good, everybody. Keep finding that breath. You might be feeling a little warm, a little out of breath. It's normal to feel that once we come to the floor. After we've worked hard standing, that's okay. Few more here. We have 3. We have 2. Oh, I forgot I doubled up. All right, you got to stay even if you doubled up on the other side. Adding the opposite leg, extending the toes on the ground. Exhale out. Inhale down. And hopefully you guys know the drill by now. If this doesn't feel good, adding the leg, you just stick with what we had. I like to teach in a really progressive way. So if something isn't working, you can just not add it and stick with the movement you had been doing. Listening to our body. Last 2. Good, and we're on to our last one here. and rest. Good. Okay, the good news is we're going to slow it down a bit from here. I want you guys to just take a pause and let's actively calm our body together. So just sit either on your feet or on the ground. Bring your hands to the ribs. You can reach for the opposite ribs. Close your eyes. Take 3 big breaths. Inhale, expand. Exhale, just melt. Let the heart rate calm down. Let the body cool down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, melt. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. All right, bring that breath with you. All we're doing for the rest of the workout is a little bit of side lying glutes. Yay, we get to lay down. Everybody's happy about that. So you can find yourself on your mat, especially if you have any glute soreness from the shots or anything you've done so far. Feel free to double up the mat, put a pillow under yourself, get comfortable in whatever way works for you. But once you're down on the side, we're going to grab one of the weights and add it to our leg for a little bit of extra weighted work here. So weight is going to rest on the top of the knee, and we're going to go for some simple clamshells. Now, just be careful. Sometimes it's tempting to just hold the weight, and then the weight is really held by the arm, not the leg. Let the weight actually rest on the thigh so you feel nice and heavy through the leg. All the way up, all the way down. Good. Just warming up that piriformis. Few more here. Good, and hopefully you're feeling okay, but I just want to say if anything isn't working, say you've been getting shots into the back of the glutes and this isn't working, I'm going to give you some other options. So give me 2 more here, and if that's not working, I'm going to have you come up and go for a little side deltoid raise with the light weight, or you can even add others just to a 45-degree angle. Okay, and I'll keep giving options. Next side here, if we're continuing with glutes, you're going to extend and lower back down, all the way out. And I will say, if you're having that glute soreness, I've had a lot of clients in the past have that issue with from the shots, and they actually found that working the glutes in this way, even though it feels tough in the moment, does help kind of get things moving, help the fluid move through there a little easier and reduce soreness. So something to try if you can tolerate it. If not, no worries. Couple more. Good, and then we're gonna hold that leg out and you're gonna pull straight up and down. Long leg, straight up and down. Good, everybody, nice. If you're going for the arm choice, I'm gonna give you another option now, so just keep pulsing otherwise. Posterior deltoid raise, the arm's gonna go straight out from the shoulder like you're reaching for something in front of you. Keep the arm long, lift the weight up, and tap down. You can either do this up on the elbow or lying down. All right, a few more like that. Hold and pulse otherwise. Options, options, options. If there's one thing I've learned over the years doing IVF, egg freezing, pregnancy, postpartum with my clients, it's that everybody feels different, and that's the only constant. So you're going to feel different one day to the next. You might feel different one experience to the next if you've done this more than once. All about meeting your body where it's at, right? Last push here, guys. We're going to flex and kick. Out, out, out. If you're pulsing with the arm, you could hold. Go for little pulses in front of you, getting back of that arm. Finishing off. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, everybody. All right. We're going to drop that weight and slowly transition to the other side. We're almost there. All right. Take it over to the other side. Lying down. Remember, weight is going to rest on that leg. So when you're ready, get comfortable on the side here. Take the weight to the outside of that knee, and we're going to go for little knee raises here. So clamshell. I don't know, I said knee raises. I've never called it that. Everybody knows it's clamshell. Good. Open, close. Nice. And just checking back in with the breath. It's easy to kind of check out as you're doing work like this, be on your phone, be distracted, but see if you can just, again, really just take just 30 minutes to really focus in on what's going on in your body in a positive way. No pressure, no expectation, but listening to your body and what it needs, paying attention to what you're giving it, breathing, the most important thing. Good. And we're going to go for those side leg extensions all the way out, all the way down. Reminder, if you wanted to switch to arms here, you're going to do that side raise with one or two. Sometimes I feel like you can handle a little more weight with this, so feel free to try that. All the way out, all the way down. You got it, guys. Out, down, out, down. Give me two more wherever you are. Two, and one. Nice. Then we're going to hold that leg out there. You're going to hold and pulse. Deep breaths here, lifting up from hip height. If you're going for arms, you're going to switch to the posterior deltoid lift. So otherwise, stay here. Otherwise, if you're doing arms, take it forward, slight raise to shoulder height, tap down. That arm's going to be nice and long, right? So you're not going to bend at the elbow so much here. Out and pulse. Go for what your body needs. There's no pressure, no right or wrong. And again, if you're someone who's used to working out really hard, or if you have a very consistent routine that you're used to and this feels a little out of your routine, I challenge you to remember everything's temporary, right? And our body has different needs at different times. So our normal routine is helpful a lot of the times, but other times it's really not necessary. So it is okay to take a few weeks to focus on another goal, which right now is the process that you're currently going through, right? So supporting your body, kick through the heels, is the most important thing here. Keep going there, and we're going to hold and pulse if you're in the arm movement. And I know it's easy for me to say all this, but as someone who's supported a lot of people through this, I think the reminder is helpful because, as we all know, we're a lot harder on ourselves than we would be on others. So think of yourself like the way you would talk to a friend during a process like this. That's how you want to approach it with yourself. Gentle words, gentle expectations. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest wherever you are. Good. All right, everybody. That is the end of our work, but we're going to slowly transition to seated. And again, this is not your typical workout, right? So if you're usually the type of person who skips stretch before you shut it off, now more than ever is when we really want to calm that nervous system. So I invite you to join me. It's just 2 minutes. Sit with those feet together. Close your eyes. Take a nice big inhale into the belly, into the ribs. Elongate that breath. Exhale through the mouth. One more like that. Big inhale. Expand as much as you can. Long exhale through the mouth. Relax. Good. Bring one hand to the ground. Other arm's going to come up and over. Side stretch. And open it out. 2 more here. So the reason I harp on the nervous system a lot is that our body has 2 main states, right? Sympathetic nervous system or parasympathetic, which is basically fight or flight, which we all know. But the opposite of that, other way, is called rest and digest. And that is our parasympathetic nervous system, which calms us down. And actually, when the parasympathetic nervous system is working, that's what allows us to go through functions that our body deems as extra or kind of like a bonus, including reproduction. So in order to have a healthy reproductive system and do anything with that aim, really good to bring our body into rest and digest as much as we can. Extend one leg and reach towards it with the body because it's going to help support those processes. So for instance, doing a really intense workout and then running away without doing a cool down is going to leave us in fight or flight, whereas doing a nice gentle workout that kind of meets our body where we need to be and then taking our time to tap back into the breathing after is going to help us be ready for that reproduction. So I won't give that speech again, but just as a little heads up as you go through the rest of the workouts in this program, that's our goal here. Rest and digest. Listening to what our body needs, gentle neck stretch, keeping our sympathetic nervous system off, parasympathetic nervous system on, chin to shoulder, other side, ear to shoulder, chin to shoulder, rest the hand, rest the head back to center. One more big breath. Inhale into the nose. Exhale to empty. Just pay attention to how you feel right now. Think about how you felt before you started this workout. Hopefully there's a noticeable improvement and you feel really relaxed, calm, and like you did something positive for yourself in this experience. And remember that feeling next time you're like, should I do another workout? Hopefully you can stick with it, just doing some of these short workouts throughout your process. But again, listen to your body. Whatever you need each day is what you should focus on. All right, great job, everybody. See you at the next class.